tell you how I made these coloring pages that sold so much on, or maybe during the Easter holiday, so that you also can start doing. I just use 2 AI tools and I was good to go. And most people are stuck into actually creating coloring books that don't sell, and also they are not high quality, in like premium quality. But today, luckily, you're going to learn how to actually generate these premium coloring pages for adults, so that you can also start making passive income. So the first thing, you have to make sure that you install Claude AI on your desktop, or maybe you are using Claude AI. And then what we're going to do is actually we give Claude AI what a prompt. I already done this, and I'm using a free account, okay, because and my credits for today are over, but I'm going to walk you through what I did so that you can also do it. So the first thing is actually to give it a prompt. Okay, you can give it a prompt depending on what you want. For me, I gave it a prompt, something to do with coloring books, and also something to do with what with Easter holiday. And the prompt went to its work, like it did amazing job. And then, as you can see here, it generated 30 pages, or maybe 30 prompts for the book, for the entire book. And what if I told you that we have an application that can actually generate these 30 pages at once, at one click? And I'm going to be showing. So the next step is actually to copy all of these, the 30 ones, and then bring to the coloring book that I want to show you, or maybe the coloring tool, or maybe page. Now, the tool that I'm talking about is none other than ColoringBook.ai, one of my best that when it comes to actually coloring. Okay, so I'm going to click here where we have badge mode, and you can see on badge mode we have you can use image to coloring page, and then we also have this element text to coloring page, and then you can view your history here. Now we're going to be utilizing text to coloring. Okay, you insert here, you click here. Let me click here where it says text to coloring, and then you actually add in. Let me just copy. I didn't copy all of them. Just give me a minute. So I'm going to insert all my 30 prompts here, and then I'm going to click next. Okay, like that. And then as you can see, all our 30 pages are here. All of them line up. And then I'm going to do what? I'm going to use this bar whereby you have to adjust. You can actually prompt enhancer if you want, and then you select. These are for adults, not for children, but if you want for toddlers, you can do that. For children, you can do that. For teenagers, and I'm going to click adults, and then I'm going to delete this, select this one, default, which is 8.5 by 11. If you want, you can do the square or the landscape, and then I'm going to actually, you can adjust how many prompts, how many images do you want. For me, I'm going to just do one. Okay, but you can do 2 or 3, but it is best to do 1 because you don't want to waste your credits. And then I'm going to also mark the private, and then the upscaler for print, which is better for printing, but also slower when it comes to actual generation. And then remove the watermark, and then I'm going to click in one button, click here where it says generation, and as you can see, it's gonna start actually doing what? Generating. Okay, just like that. You can see here it has started generating. Okay, so we're gonna give it a few minutes to generate all of them, and I'm gonna show you what it's gonna generate. Okay, after a few minutes, you can see all of the items have been selected or maybe generated, and let's just view one of them. Okay, if you view here, you can see this is a very beautiful coloring page that you can do. Okay, you can give your kids or maybe you yourself to do what color. So these are the types of pages that are actually sold during the Easter, and they did so well, and that's why I'm actually doing what, telling you to dive in. And I'm not just talking about Easter. Easter is now off, like it is over, maybe until next year. You can generate this in different ways, especially when it comes to actually adult coloring book. Make sure that you are doing something to do with a story, a certain story, so that people are actually also following up. So you go through all of them, you just check which one is not correct, or maybe which one do you need to change, and once you do that, you find anything that you need to change, you can view. For instance, if I want to change this one, you just click here where it says generate. If you are okay with the pages, you do what? You badge here, select all of them. Remember to actually select only the ones that you have generated for today, the 30 ones, and then you can click do what? Once you select, you can actually download as PNG, or maybe you can select as PDF. Okay, or if you have something that you want to delete, you can as well as delete. So depending on where do you want to use, you can choose, or maybe you have those choices. So I'm going to download as a PDF, and then once you have downloaded, you come to Canva. What is my Canva? Here you come to Canva, select 8.5 by 11. That is the size that we actually generated, and then you bring your items here. Okay, remember, let me bring all your images in Canva, and then once you are done, you arrange them accordingly. Okay, depending on how you want them to be. So that is it, guys. I'll see you next in my next video. If you want, you can add in text, for instance, telling what is it, if it is about this one, or maybe if you want to add in a quote or stuff like that, or maybe let's just say something like happy Easter, happy Easter. Okay, something like that. Let me just add in a little bit like that, happy Easter, like that. And then what you can do is to add here. Okay, so you're gonna click on here on the text, and then you come here, outline, and then you change this text color to white. Okay, like that. And then on your effects here, you're gonna change the color to something like black, like that. And then you have a beautiful font here. You can change this font to anything that you want, depending on how you want it. Okay, happy Easter, guys. And that is it. You make your Easter coloring books as beautiful as this one, or whichever one you want. And then you do what? You start selling online and make passive income. Once you have done all the 30 pages, you do what? You're gonna go ahead and do what? You're gonna go ahead and upload them, or maybe list them wherever you are selling, if you're selling on Etsy or whatever. I'll see you next. If you want the prompts, let me know by commenting prompts, and I'll send to you directly. Take care. Happy Easter. Happy holidays.